Imagine, listener, a world born from chaos, a frozen void clashing with a sea of fire, where gods and giants wager the fate of existence itself. What if I told you the trickster god Loki once shaved the golden hair of a goddess, sparking divine wrath? Or that Odin, the All-Father, hung himself on a cosmic tree to unlock the secrets of the universe, only to face a wolf that could swallow the world? These are the tales of the Norse gods, wild, raw, and eternal. Tonight, as you drift toward sleep, let these ancient stories from a weathered, rune-carved book unfold, guiding you into the misty realms of Asgard, Jotunheim, and beyond. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and step into the saga of creation, betrayal, and destiny. Picture a weathered tome, its leather cracked, runes glowing faintly under candlelight. This is the Edda, keeper of Viking lore, whispering of gods, giants, and Yggdrasil's roots. As you drift toward dreams, its pages turn, unveiling a world born from ice and fire. Let these ancient tales cradle you, guiding you into the misty halls of Asgard. Chapter 1. The Birth of the World As. The ancient book lies open before you, its leather cover worn by the hands of countless storytellers. Its runes glow with a faint, otherworldly light, as if the words themselves breathe with the pulse of the cosmos. Picture yourself seated by a fire, its embers crackling softly, casting shadows that dance across the pages like spirits from a forgotten age. This is the Edda, the sacred tome of Viking lore, its verses etched in the language of gods and giants, whispering tales of a world born from chaos. Let your breath slow, your eyelids grow heavy, and your mind drift into the mists of time, where the first sparks of creation flickered in the void. As you sink deeper into rest, allow these ancient stories to enfold you, carrying you to the dawn of existence, where ice and fire clashed to forge the foundations of all things. In the beginning, there was no earth beneath your feet, no sky above your head, no whisper of life to stir the silence. There was only Ginnungagap, the great yawning void, a chasm so vast and deep it seemed to swallow light itself. Imagine this emptiness stretching endlessly before you, a canvas of nothingness, cold and still, waiting for the breath of creation. To the north lay Niflheim, a realm of eternal frost, where thick mists curled like living things, weaving through caverns of ice that gleamed with a pale, ghostly sheen. The air there was heavy with cold, each breath a cloud of frost, each moment a testament to the unyielding grip of winter. Picture the ice fields of Niflheim, their surfaces cracked and jagged, reflecting a dim silver light that never warmed the soul. This was a place of stillness, where time itself seemed frozen, locked in an eternal embrace with the cold. To the south burned Muspelheim, a realm of fire and fury, where a sea of hissing flames roared with untamed power. Imagine flames leaping skyward, their edges tinged with gold and crimson, casting a fierce glow that pulsed like a living heart. Sparks danced in the air, swirling and spiraling, each one a tiny star born of chaos. The heat of Muspelheim was relentless, a force that could melt stone and sear the very air, yet it was beautiful in its ferocity, a reminder of the raw energy that fuels creation. Between these two realms, Niflheim's frost and Muspelheim's fire, lay the void, Ginnungagap, a silent witness to the tension that would birth the world. Feel the weight of this moment, the stillness before the storm, as you let the rhythm of the story lull you deeper into calm. From a hidden crevice in Niflheim's icy heart a mighty stream erupted, its waters wild and untamed, rushing forth like a river of dreams. Picture this stream, its surface shimmering with frost, its current fierce and unrelenting, as it surged toward the great chasm. As it met the biting cold of the void, the water froze, transforming into towering pillars of ice, their surfaces gleaming like polished crystal. These icicles grew layer upon layer, their forms vast and jagged, like the spines of some ancient beast. Each pillar caught the faint light of distant stars, reflecting it in prisms of blue and white, a silent symphony of frost that seemed to sing of eternity. Imagine standing before these frozen towers, their edges sharp, their presence heavy, as they stretched into the darkness, unyielding and eternal. Yet across the abyss Muspelheim's fiery breath stirred, a warm wind carrying sparks that glowed like embers in the night. Picture these sparks floating gently, each one a tiny beacon of light, crossing the void to meet the ice. Where the warmth of fire kissed the chill of frost, a miracle began. The frozen pillars wept, their surfaces softening, dripping, melting, into pools that shimmered with the promise of life. The air grew thick with mist, a swirling dance of cold and heat as the two forces battled and blended. Feel the tension of this moment, the clash of opposites, as the void itself seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the spark of creation to ignite. Let this image settle over you, a gentle wave of calm as the story carries you deeper into rest. From this primal union of ice and fire, life emerged. The first being, vast and formless, was Ymir, a giant born from the melting ice, his presence as ancient as the void itself. Picture him rising from the mist, his form towering yet human-like, his eyes reflecting the firelight of Muspelheim, his breath a fog that mingled with the air. Ymir was no mere creature, he was the seed of the world, the raw material from which all would be shaped. His skin was rough like the earth, his limbs vast like mountains, his presence a bridge between the realms of frost and flame. As you listen, imagine his heartbeat slow and steady, echoing through the void, a rhythm that pulses in time with your own breath, guiding you toward slumber. The gods, born later from Ymir's lineage, saw in him the potential for creation. When his time came, they took his body and began their sacred work, crafting order from chaos in a way that echoes in the dreams of all who hear this tale. Ymir's flesh became the earth, soft and fertile, stretching beneath an unseen sky. Picture the land forming beneath your feet, its surface warm and rich, a canvas for life yet to come. The soil was deep and dark, cradling the seeds of forests, the roots of grasses, the promise of fields that would one day bloom. Feel the earth beneath you, solid and steady, its presence a comfort as you drift deeper into the story. Ymir's bones, strong and unyielding, were shaped into mountains, their peaks piercing the heavens, their roots sinking into the world's core. Imagine these mountains rising before you, their slopes rugged and timeless, their summits crowned with snow that gleamed under starlight. Each ridge and valley told a story of endurance, of stone that stood against the winds of time. From Ymir's knuckles and teeth, the gods carved stones and boulders, scattering them across the plains, rugged pebbles that crunched underfoot, towering cliffs that loomed against the horizon. Picture these stones, smooth and worn, their surfaces etched with the memory of the giant's life, their weight grounding you as you listen. His hair, wild and flowing, sprouted into forests of towering trees, their branches swaying in an unseen breeze, their leaves whispering secrets to the night. Imagine walking through these woods, the air cool and fragrant, the ground soft with moss, each step a gentle rhythm that soothes your mind. Grasses grew from his strands, swaying in fields that stretched to the horizon, their blades catching the light of a young world. This was the green heart of creation, a place of life and growth where every leaf and stem seemed to hum with the giant's essence. Let this forest envelop you, its rustling a lullaby, its shade a blanket for your dreams. But the gods' work was not yet done. They lifted Ymir's skull, vast as a mountain, and set it above the world as a celestial dome, its curve the vault of the heavens, holding back the chaos beyond. Picture this sky above you now, a canopy of stars cradled in the giant's ancient bones, each point of light a story waiting to be told. The dome was vast, its edges fading into the mist, its surface a shield that held the world together. Ymir's brain torn free was cast into the air, where it scattered into wisps of cloud drifting across the firmament. Imagine these clouds, soft and fleeting, their shapes shifting as they sailed, each one a fragment of the giant's thoughts, now woven into the sky. Their movement is slow, their presence gentle, a reminder of the world's first dreams. This was the birth of the world, a tale of fire and ice, of a giant's sacrifice that gave form to the formless. The Edda's pages whisper of this primal act, their words a tapestry that stretches across the cosmos, binding earth and sky, frost and flame. As you lie still, let the weight of this ancient world settle over you, its vastness a gentle embrace, its rhythms a guide to deeper rest. The clash of Niflheim and Muspelheim fades into a distant hum, their energies now part of the earth beneath, the sky above, the forests that sway in the breeze. Feel the pulse of this newborn world, steady and slow, as it carries you toward the edge of dreams. The gods watch from their halls in Asgard, their eyes on the horizon, but for now the world is young, and you are at peace, cradled by the echoes of creation. Now as the story unfolds, let us linger in this moment of beginnings where the world was still soft and new, its edges unformed, its possibilities endless. Picture again the void of Ginnungagap, its silence a canvas for the gods' work. The mists of Niflheim curl around you, cool and heavy, their touch like a whisper on your skin. The sparks of Muspelheim dance in the distance, their light a promise of warmth, of life waiting to be born. The stream that burst from Niflheim's ice flows once more in your mind, its waters rushing, then freezing, then melting under the fire's caress. Each droplet is a note in the symphony of creation, each icicle a monument to the world's first breath. Ymir's presence looms large, his form a shadow in the mist, his body the raw material of existence. Imagine his eyes, vast and ancient, watching as the gods shaped his flesh into valleys, his bones into peaks, his hair into forests that stretched to the stars. The earth beneath you is warm, its surface yielding, as if it remembers the giant's heartbeat. The mountains stand tall, their stone cool and unyielding, yet alive with the memory of Ymir's strength. The trees sway gently, their leaves whispering, tales of the void, of the fire and ice that gave them life. The sky above is a vast dome, its stars twinkling like the thoughts of a giant, scattered across eternity. Let this world envelop you, its rhythms slow and steady, its images soft and fleeting. The Edda's words flow like a river, their current gentle, their cadence a lullaby. Picture the gods standing over their creation, their hands stained with the earth, their eyes bright with purpose. They are distant now, their voices are faint. Echo, but their work surrounds you. The land, the sky, the clouds that drift above. This is the world they made, born from sacrifice, shaped by will, and woven into the fabric of your dreams. As you listen, let the weight of this tale settle deeper, its images fading into the mist, its sounds a soft hum that carries you towards sleep. The void is gone now, replaced by the world you know, earth, sky, and sea, all born from Ymir's form. Yet the story lingers, its echoes reverberating through the ages, carried by the wind, the waves, the rustling of leaves. The Edda's pages turn slowly, each one a step deeper into the saga, each word a thread in the tapestry of creation. As you drift, imagine the book closing, its runes fading, yet their light remains, guiding you into the realms of Asgard, Jotunheim, and beyond. Sleep now, held by the ancient rhythms of the Norse world, where fire and ice became life, and the giant's sacrifice became your dreams. Chapter 2. The Gods and Their Foes. As the ancient Edda lies open before you, its pages bathed in the soft glow of a flickering candle, the runes carved upon them seem to shimmer with a life of their own, pulsing with the heartbeat of a world still young and wild. Picture yourself seated in a quiet grove, the air cool and fragrant with the scent of pine and damp earth, the distant crackle of a fire weaving a gentle rhythm that soothes your senses. The book's leather cover, worn smooth by the hands of countless scholds and seers, feels heavy with the weight of ages, its edges frayed, its surface etched with symbols that whisper of gods, giants, and the eternal dance of creation and conflict. Let your breath slow, your eyelids grow heavy, and your mind drift into the mists of time where the tales of the Norse gods unfold like a river, its waters deep and calm, carrying you toward the realms of Asgard and Jotunheim. As you sink deeper into rest, the Edda's words wrap around you like a soft blanket, guiding you into a saga of divine splendor and shadowed danger, where beauty and strife entwine like the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree, the world newly shaped from the giant. Ymir's sacrifice was alive with possibility, yet it trembled on the edge of chaos. In the golden halls of Asgard, the Aesir gods built a home of light and grandeur, a fortress perched high above the mortal realms, its spires piercing the clouds, its walls glowing with the radiance of divine power. Picture Asgard as a beacon in the cosmos, its towers crafted from gold and starlight, their surfaces carved with runes that hum with ancient magic. The air within its halls is warm, scented with the smoke of sacred fires, their flames casting shadows that dance like spirits. Across the walls, at the heart of Asgard, stood Odin the Allfather, his one eye gleaming with wisdom, his gaze piercing the veils of time and fate. His cloak, dark as the night sky, billowed around him, and his ravens, Hugin and Munin, perched upon his shoulders, their black feathers glinting as they whispered secrets from the 9 worlds. Odin was not alone. His brothers, Vili and Ve, walked beside him, their footsteps echoing through the golden halls, their voices a chorus that sang of creation's triumphs. Thor the Thunderer stood tall, his hammer Mjolnir clutched in his mighty hand, its weight a promise of strength against any foe. Freya, radiant and fierce, wore her cloak of falcon feathers, her eyes alight with the fire of love and war. Heimdall, the watchman, guarded the Rainbow Bridge Bifrost, his senses sharp as the edge of a blade, his horn ready to sound the call to arms. Picture these gods gathered around a great fire, its flames casting a golden glow across their faces, their armor gleaming, their hearts bound by a shared purpose. The air is thick with the scent of burning wood, the crackle of embers a steady rhythm that lulls you deeper into the story, its warmth a comfort as you drift towards sleep. Yet beyond Asgard's shining walls, in the rugged wilds of Jotunheim, the giants and trolls stirred, their presence a shadow over the gods' glory. Imagine Jotunheim as a land of towering cliffs and deep, shadowed valleys, where the earth rumbles with the footsteps of beings older than time. The air there is cold, heavy with the scent of frost and stone, the ground scarred by rivers of ice that carved their way through the mountains. The giants were no mere monsters. They were forces of chaos, born from the same primal void that birthed the gods, their strength a match for divine might. Picture a giant standing atop a craggy peak, his form blotting out the stars, his laughter shaking the earth, his eyes burning with a hunger for Asgard's light. The trolls, their kin, lurked in caverns deep, their forms both monstrous and alluring, their voices a whisper in the dark. Some among the giants and trolls were beautiful, their faces fair as moonlight, their eyes holding secrets that could sway even the sternest heart. Picture a troll maiden standing in a forest clearing, her hair flowing like a river of silver, her skin pale as the frost that clings to Jotunheim's peaks. Her voice is soft, a melody that weaves through the trees, her presence a temptation that stirs the soul. It was this beauty that drew the Aesir, even Odin himself, to the wild lands of Jotunheim. Imagine the Allfather standing at the edge of Asgard, his cloak fluttering in the wind, his gaze fixed on the distant mountains, where a giantess waited, her eyes deep as the void, her smile a promise of forbidden connection. These liaisons were more than fleeting passions. They were threads in the tapestry of the world, weaving bonds that could spark peace or ignite war. Picture a starlit night, the sky above Asgard a canvas of twinkling lights, the rainbow bridge Bifrost glowing faintly. In the distance, an Aesir god, cloaked in shadow, crosses the bridge, his footsteps silent, his heart racing with the thrill of the forbidden. In Jotunheim, under the boughs of an ancient oak, a troll maiden waits, her eyes glinting with secrets, her laughter soft as the rustling leaves. Their meeting is a moment of defiance, a fleeting truce in the ancient feud between their kinds. Their whispers mingle with the night air, their hands brush like the touch of a breeze, their connection a spark that could light a fire or burn the world. Even Odin, wise and unyielding, was not immune to such allure. Picture him standing in the moonlight, his ravens circling above, his heart stirred by the beauty of a giantess whose presence seemed to hold the weight of the cosmos. As you listen, let the image of these starlit meetings settle over you, their warmth a gentle embrace, their secrets a lullaby that soothes your mind. The Edda's pages turn slowly, their runes glowing faintly, each word a step deeper into the saga. The gods. And their foes are bound by passion and peril, their stories woven into the fabric of the world. Imagine the oak tree's branches swaying above, their leaves whispering tales of love and strife, their shadows soft and fleeting. The air is cool, the stars bright, and the world holds its breath, its balance fragile but unbroken. Let this moment envelop you, its rhythm steady, its images fading into a soft glow, guiding you toward the edge of dreams. But beauty could not mask the danger that lurked in Jotunheim's wilds. The giants and trolls were not mere lovers. They were foes whose strength could shake the foundations of the world. Picture a giant striding across a frozen plain, his footsteps cracking the ice, his voice a roar that echoes through the valleys. His eyes burn with envy. His hands clutch weapons forged in the fires of Muspelheim, their edges sharp as the cold that birthed them. The trolls, cunning and unpredictable, wove schemes in the shadows, their whispers a poison that could unravel the mightiest plans. Odin knew their danger, knew that their hunger for Asgard's glory could spark a war that would tear the world apart. In the golden halls he gathered the Aesir, his voice a steady drumbeat in the silence of the night. "We must be ready," he said, his words heavy with the weight of prophecy. "The giants are cunning, their hearts untamed. If war comes, our carefree days in Asgard will end. Will you stand with me, my kin, when the shadows rise?" Picture the Aesir gathered around the great fire, their faces lit by its golden glow, their eyes reflecting the resolve of their leader. Thor's hand rested on Mjolnir, its weight a promise of thunder, its surface etched with runes of power. Freya stood radiant, her cloak of falcon feathers shimmering, her heart torn between the call of love and the clash of war. Heimdall, ever watchful, gazed across the realms, his senses attuned to every whisper, every tremor, his horn a warning yet to be sounded. The air was thick with tension, the silence broken only by the crackle of the fire, the distant howl of a wolf in Jotunheim's wilds. Imagine standing among them, feeling the warmth of the fire, the weight of their words, as the story draws you deeper into its embrace. The gods were not just warriors. They were guardians of a fragile world, their strength a shield against the chaos that lingered at its edges. The feud between Aesir and giants was as old as the world itself. Born in the moment, Ymir's body became the earth. Picture the giants watching from their craggy peaks, their eyes glinting with defiance, their hands clutching weapons that gleamed with the light of forgotten fires. They were not content to dwell in shadow. They hungered for the light of Asgard, for the power that flowed through its halls. Yet the gods too were not without fault. Their pride, their passion, their willingness to cross into Jotunheim's wilds sowed seeds of conflict that would grow into storms. Imagine the tension, like a bowstring drawn taut, ready to snap at the slightest touch. The world was young, its balance delicate, its future uncertain. As you listen, let this tension fade into a distant hum, its rhythm soothing, its weight lifting as you drift towards sleep. Odin's call to readiness was a recognition of the world's fragility, a plea to hold fast against the chaos that threatened to unravel it. Picture him standing alone on Asgard's highest tower, his cloak fluttering in the wind, his ravens circling above, their wings cutting through the night air. His thoughts were heavy, his mind tracing the threads of fate that the Nornin, the weavers of destiny, held in their hands. The Nornin sat by their well, their fingers weaving the strands of every life, their voices a whisper that echoed through the cosmos. Odin respected their wisdom, knew that every choice, every bond, every conflict was a thread in their tapestry. To destroy the giants would be to tear that tapestry apart, yet to ignore them would invite their wrath. Imagine his gaze, piercing, the mists seeing not just the present but the future, where battles would rage and the world would tremble. Let us linger in Asgard's halls, where the fire burns bright and the gods gather. Picture the golden walls, their surfaces etched with tales of victory and loss, their glow a beacon in the night. The air is warm, the scent of smoke and pine filling your senses, the crackle of embers a steady rhythm that soothes your mind. Odin stands at the center, his voice a low, resonant hum, his words a call to vigilance. The giants are out there, he says, their strength a challenge, their beauty a temptation. The Aesir listen, their hearts heavy, their minds sharp, knowing that the world they guard is still young, its roots still tender. Imagine their faces lit by the fire's glow, their eyes reflecting the stars above. The night is quiet, but the air hums with the promise of battles yet to come, of stories yet to be told. Now picture Jotunheim once more, its cliffs rising into the sky, its valleys cloaked in shadow. The giants stand tall, their forms blotting out the stars, their voices a rumble that shakes the earth. The trolls weave through the darkness, their eyes glinting, their whispers a web of schemes. Yet among them are those whose beauty rivals the gods, whose presence stirs the heart. Imagine a troll maiden standing by a frozen river, her hair catching the moonlight, her voice a song that echoes through the night. An Aesir god approaches, his heart torn between duty and desire, his footsteps silent on the frost. Their meeting is a moment of peace in a world of strife, a spark that could light a fire or burn the world to ash. The Edda's pages turn slowly, their runes glowing faintly, each word a thread in the saga of gods and giants. The world is alive with their stories, its landscapes vast, its tensions palpable. Picture the Rainbow Bridge Bifrost, its colors shimmering in the night, a path between worlds, a bridge between love and war. The gods and their foes stand on. Either side, their hearts entwined, their swords drawn. Yet for now the balance holds, the world breathes, and the stars shine above. Let this image settle over you, its warmth a blanket, its rhythm a pulse that matches your own. The fire in Asgard's halls burns low, its embers glowing, its light a guide to the realms of sleep. As the tale unfolds, return to the grove where you sit, The Edda open before you, its pages whispering of a time when gods and giants walked the same earth. The air is cool, the fire's warmth a comfort, the stars above a canopy of light. The gods stand in Asgard, their voices a distant echo, their strength a promise of protection. The giants watch from Jotunheim, their shadows long and dark, their intentions hidden in the mist. The world is young, its future unwritten, its stories endless. Let the Edda's words flow over you, their current gentle, their cadence a lullaby. Sleep now, held by the ancient rhythms of the Norse world where gods and giants clash, yet the stars above shine eternal, guiding you into dreams. Chapter 3. The World Tree and its Creatures, as the ancient Edda lies open before you, its pages bathed in the tender glow of a solitary candle. The runes carved upon them shimmer like stars woven into the fabric of time itself. Picture yourself, resting in a tranquil glade, the air cool and fragrant with the scent of damp moss, ancient cedar, and the faint sweetness of blooming wildflowers. The distant murmur of a stream weaves a gentle rhythm, its soft ripples blending with the crackle of a nearby fire, a soothing symphony that calms your soul. The book's leather cover, worn smooth by the hands of countless skalds and seers, feels heavy with the weight of ages, its edges frayed, its surface alive with symbols that pulse with the heartbeat of the cosmos. Let your breath slow, your eyelids grow heavy, and your mind drift into the mists of a world still young, where the great ash tree Yggdrasil stands as the axis of all existence, its branches cradling the heavens, its roots plunging into realms unseen. As you sink deeper into rest, the Edda's words unfold like a river, their current soft and steady, carrying you into the heart of creation, where creatures of myth and magic stir beneath the tree's eternal shade. Yggdrasil, the world tree, is no mere plant. It is the spine of the universe, a towering ash of unimaginable vastness, its trunk wider than the mightiest mountains, its branches stretching to touch the stars that burn in the heavens. Picture this tree rising before you, its bark rough and weathered, etched with the scars of time, each groove a story, each knot a memory of the world's first breath. Its leaves shimmer with a faint green glow, as if kissed by the light of 1,000 dawns, their edges trembling in an unseen breeze that carries the whispers of the gods. The air around Yggdrasil hums with a quiet energy, the scent of sap and rich earth filling your senses, the rustle of its foliage a lullaby that sings of eternity. Imagine standing beneath its canopy, the world falling away, the tree's presence a gentle embrace that cradles you towards sleep, its vastness a shield against the chaos of the waking world. The roots of Yggdrasil twist deep into the earth, threading through the 9 worlds, binding them together in a tapestry of existence that stretches from the golden halls of Asgard to the frozen depths of Niflheim. Picture these roots thick as rivers, coiling through soil and stone, their surfaces glistening with dew, their strength unyielding. One root plunges into Asgard, where the Aesir gods walk in halls of gold, their voices echoing like a distant song. Another reaches into Niflheim, where frost clings to the earth and shadows move in the cold. A third root stretches to Jotunheim, the land of giants, where the air is heavy with the scent of stone and storm. The tree's branches soar upward, their tips brushing the stars, their leaves catching the light of a sky that holds the secrets of creation. Imagine this canopy above you, its foliage a sea of green, its branches a lattice that cradles the heavens, each leaf a note in the symphony of the cosmos. Yggdrasil is the heart of the world, its pulse the rhythm of life itself. Picture the tree standing firm, its trunk a pillar that holds the realms in balance, its roots a web that weaves the fates of gods, giants, and mortals. The air around it is cool, scented with the freshness of morning dew, the earth beneath soft and yielding, as if it remembers the touch of the giant Ymir's flesh. The leaves sway gently, their rustling a whisper that tells of the world's youth, when every creature was still learning its place, its purpose, its song. As you listen, let the image of Yggdrasil settle over you, its vastness a comfort, its rhythm a pulse that matches your own breath, guiding you deeper into the mists of dreams. The tree stands eternal, its presence a beacon in the night, its shade a sanctuary where your mind can rest. Beneath Yggdrasil's great boughs, life stirs in a delicate dance of growth and discovery. Picture 4 deer, their antlers gleaming, like polished silver, bounding between the tree's branches, their hooves light as whispers on the wind. These are no ordinary creatures. They are guardians of the tree, their movements graceful, their eyes bright with the wisdom of the wild. Their names are Dain, Dvalin, Dunair, and Durathror, each a spirit of the forest, their forms woven into the fabric of Yggdrasil's life. They nibble at the tender leaves, their teeth grazing the green shoots, their presence a reminder of the cycle of renewal that pulses through the world. Imagine their forms darting through the canopy, their silhouettes framed against the starlit sky, their steps a soft rhythm that echoes in your mind. The leaves they touch quiver, their edges curling, their colors shifting from emerald to gold, as if the tree itself breathes with their touch. Picture these deer leaping from branch to branch, their antlers catching the light of the stars, their eyes reflecting the glow of the heavens. Their hooves tap lightly, a gentle drumbeat that blends with the rustle of leaves, the murmur of the wind. The leaves they graze are soft, their surfaces dappled with dew, each bite a small act of creation, a spark that keeps the tree alive. Imagine standing beneath them, the air cool and fragrant, the ground soft with moss, the deer's movements a dance that lulls your senses. Their presence is a comfort, their grace a reminder of the world's youth when every creature was still, finding its way, its rhythm, its place in the tapestry of existence. Let this image envelop you, the deer's dance a soothing rhythm, their silhouettes a guide to the realms of sleep. High in Yggdrasil's crown, a wise eagle perches, its feathers dark as the void, its eyes sharp as the edge of a blade. Picture this eagle, its wings folded, its gaze piercing the mists that shroud the 9 worlds, seeing all that unfolds in the realms below. Its name is lost to time, but its presence is eternal, a sentinel of the heavens, a guardian of the tree's highest branches. Between its eyes sits a hawk, smaller but no less keen, its feathers glinting with a silvery light that catches the starlight. This hawk, known as Fenrir, is a mystery, a watcher within a watcher, its eyes fixed on the eagle's own, as if sharing secrets only the tree can know. Imagine the eagle's call, a low, resonant cry that echoes through the branches, its sound blending with the rustle of leaves, the sigh of the wind. The hawk stirs, its wings twitching, its gaze steady, a silent sentinel in the heart of Yggdrasil's crown. Picture the eagle perched high above, its feathers ruffling in the breeze, its eyes gleaming with the wisdom of ages. The hawk nestles between its brows, its form small but fierce, its presence a spark of light in the darkness. The air around them is cool, scented with the freshness of high places, the stars above a canopy that mirrors the tree's leaves below. The eagle's cry rings out again, a sound that carries across the worlds, a call that speaks of vigilance, of eternity. The hawk's eyes glint, its wings still, its silence a counterpoint to the eagle's voice. Imagine their forms against the night sky, their silhouettes sharp, their presence a beacon that guides your mind toward rest. Let this image settle over you, the eagle and hawk a pair of guardians, their watch a comfort, their cries a lullaby that soothes your soul. Deep below, in the shadowed depths of Niflheim, a great serpent coils around one of Yggdrasil's roots, its scales glinting like frost, its eyes burning with a cold, unyielding light. This is Nidhogg, a creature of ancient malice, its jaws gnawing at the tree's root, its hunger endless, its will unyielding. Picture the serpent's coils thick as rivers, winding through the frozen earth, their surfaces slick with ice, their weight heavy with the promise of chaos. The root it gnaws is strong, its surface scarred but unbroken, a testament to Yggdrasil's endurance. The serpent's teeth scrape, its movements slow and deliberate, each bite a whisper of destruction that echoes through the worlds. Yet the tree stands firm, its roots deep, its strength a shield against the darkness. Imagine the serpent's hiss, a low chilling sound that fades into the distance, its rhythm softened by the tree's unyielding presence. Picture Nidhogg's coils tightening, its scales catching the faint light of Niflheim's frost, its eyes glowing with a hunger that never sleeps. The air around it is cold, heavy with the scent of ice and stone, the ground trembling with the serpent's movements. The root it gnaws is vast, its surface etched with the marks of countless ages, its strength a silent defiance of the serpent's malice. The hiss of Nidhogg blends with the murmur of the wind above, the rustle of Yggdrasil's leaves, creating a symphony of tension and endurance. Imagine standing in the shadows of Niflheim, the serpent's presence a distant threat, its sound a hum that lulls your mind. Let this image fade into a soft glow, the serpent's malice softened by the tree's strength, its hiss a whisper that guides you towards sleep. The world was still young, its creatures learning their place in the tapestry of existence. Picture the birds that nested in Yggdrasil's branches, their wings still clumsy, their songs halting and new. They practice their melodies, each note a step toward harmony, each trill a spark of creation. Imagine their voices, soft and tentative, rising and falling like waves, their feathers catching the light as they flitted through the canopy. The bees buzzed among the flowers that bloomed in the tree's shade, their wings a gentle hum, their dance a spiral of motion that wove through the air. Picture their forms, small but tireless, their bodies dusted with pollen, their hum blending with the rustle of leaves, the cry of the eagle, the hiss of the serpent below. Imagine the birds, once more their wings beating softly, their songs growing clearer with each passing moment. Their feathers are a riot of color, emerald, sapphire, gold, catching the light of the stars above. The air is fragrant with the scent of blossoms, the ground soft with petals that drift from the tree's branches. The bees dance on, their hum a steady rhythm, their movements a reminder of the world's endless renewal. Picture the glade where you rest, the Edda open before you, its pages alive with the story of Yggdrasil and its creatures. The candle's glow is warm, its light casting shadows that dance across the runes, each symbol a thread in the tapestry of creation. Let us linger beneath Yggdrasil's shade, where the air is cool and the light soft, where the creatures of the hay tree move in harmony with its ancient pulse. Picture the deer bounding once more, their antlers gleaming, their hooves a soft drumbeat on the branches. The eagle watches, its eyes steady, its wings folded, a guardian of the heights. The hawk perches between its eyes, its gaze sharp, its presence a mystery that hums with quiet power. Below, Nidhogg's hiss fades into the distance, its threat, softened by the tree's strength, its malice a whisper in the shadows. The birds sing, their melodies clearer now, their voices a chorus that echoes through the cosmos. The bees hum, their dance a rhythm that pulses through the air, a reminder of life's endless cycle. The Edda's pages turn slowly, their runes glowing faintly, each word a step deeper into the saga. The world tree stands at the heart of all things, its branches cradling the stars, its roots binding the worlds. The deer leap, the eagle watches, the serpent gnaws, and the birds sing, their voices a symphony that weaves through the night. Let this scene settle over you, its images, Soft and fleeting, it sounds a lullaby that cradles your mind. The glade where you rest is quiet, the fire's embers glowing, the air cool and fragrant. Yggdrasil stands eternal, its presence a comfort, its rhythms a guide to the realms of sleep. Sleep now, held by the ancient rhythms of the Norse world, where the world tree and its creatures weave a tapestry of dreams, guiding you into the heart of eternity. Chapter 4. Loki's trickery and Thor's wrath. The ancient Edda lies open before you, its pages aglow with the soft flicker of a single candle. The runes etched upon them shimmer like embers caught in the weave of a starlit night. Picture yourself nestled in a quiet grove, the air cool and heavy with the scent of pine, damp moss, and the faint smoke of a distant fire. Its crackle a gentle rhythm that soothes your soul. The book's leather cover, worn smooth by the hands of countless scalds, feels heavy with the weight of ages, its edges frayed, its surface alive with symbols that pulse with the heartbeat of the cosmos. Let your breath slow, your eyelids grow heavy, and your mind drift into the mists of a world still young, where the gods of Asgard clash with the shadows of their own desires. As you sink deeper into rest, the Edda's words unfold like a river, their current soft and steady, carrying you into the heart of a saga where cunning and wrath entwine, where the trickster Loki weaves his schemes and the thunderer Thor unleashes his fury beneath the watchful branches of Yggdrasil. In the golden halls of Asgard, where the Aesir gods dwell in splendor, the air hums with the warmth of sacred fires, their flames casting golden shadows across walls etched with runes of power. Picture these halls, their ceilings soaring like the vault of the heavens, their floors gleaming with the polish of countless footsteps. The gods gather here, their voices a chorus of divine will, their presence a beacon in the cosmos. Yet among them walks Loki, the trickster, his eyes glinting with mischief, his smile sharp as a blade's edge. Loki is no mere god. He is a spark of chaos, a flame that dances between light and shadow, his heart as wild as the storms that rage across the 9 worlds. Imagine him moving through Asgard, his cloak trailing like a shadow, his laughter soft but laced with cunning, his mind ever weaving plans that could unravel the very fabric of the gods' peace. Picture Loki standing in the moonlight, his form lithe and graceful, his eyes catching the glow of the stars above. His hair is dark, his features sharp, his presence both alluring and dangerous, like a wolf that prowls the edges of a fire's light. He is a brother to the Aesir, bound by blood and oath, yet his heart belongs to the wilds of Jotunheim, where the giants and trolls weave their own schemes. Loki's nature is fluid, ever shifting, a river that flows where it will, defying the banks that seek to contain it. As you listen, let the image of Loki settle over you, his cunning a distant hum, his laughter a whisper that blends with the crackle of the fire, guiding you deeper into the mists of dreams. The tale begins in the quiet of an Asgardian night, when the gods slept beneath a sky studded with stars, their dreams filled with the echoes of creation. Picture the halls of Asgard, their golden walls glowing softly, the air warm with the scent of burning cedar. Sif, the goddess whose hair was a cascade of gold, lay resting, her locks shimmering like a river of sunlight, their beauty enough to make even Freya, the goddess of love, envious. Each strand was a marvel, catching the light of the stars, reflecting the glow of Asgard's fires, a treasure that spoke of divine grace. Imagine Sif's hair, flowing like a golden stream, its strands soft and radiant, a crown that adorned her with the light of the heavens. Yet in the shadows Loki crept, his footsteps silent, his intentions cloaked in darkness. Picture him moving through the halls, his eyes glinting with mischief, his hands swift and sure. With a blade sharp as a whisper, he sheared Sif's golden hair, each cut a defiance of the god's order, each strand falling like a star from the sky. The locks drifted to the floor, their glow fading, their beauty stolen in an act of reckless daring. Loki's laughter was soft, a sound that mingled with the night, his heart alight with the thrill of his deed. Imagine the scene. The moonlight, filtering through the windows, the golden hair scattered like leaves, the air heavy with the weight of betrayal. Let this image settle over you, its tension softened by the rhythm of the story, its drama a gentle wave that lulls your mind. When morning came, Sif awoke, her hands reaching for her hair, only to find her head bare, her beauty marred. Picture her standing in the golden halls, her eyes wide with shock, her voice breaking as tears fell like rain. The loss was more than vanity. It was a wound to her divine essence, a theft that shook the heart of Asgard. Her cry echoed through the halls, a sound that pierced the morning calm, its sorrow a weight that settled over the gods. Thor, her husband, the Thunderer, heard her anguish, his heart igniting with a fury that could shake the heavens. Picture Thor, his form towering, his eyes blazing like storm clouds, his hammer Mjolnir clutched in his mighty hand. His voice was a roar, a thunderclap that rattled the walls of Asgard, demanding justice. "Who dared this?" he bellowed, his rage a storm that threatened to tear the world apart. Imagine Thor striding through the halls, his footsteps shaking the ground, his hammer glowing with the promise of retribution. The air around him crackles, the scent of ozone, mingling with the smoke of the fires, his presence a force that commands the very elements. His eyes turn to Loki, his brother by oath, his heart heavy with suspicion. Loki's smile is sly, his words smooth as silk. But Thor's wrath is unyielding, his gaze piercing the trickster's facade. Picture the confrontation. The golden halls, bathed in the light of dawn, the air thick with tension. The gods gathered to witness the clash. Thor's voice is a rumble, his words a challenge. Speak, Loki, or feel the weight of Mjolnir. Loki's laughter is soft, his eyes glinting, but he knows the Thunderer's fury is a fire that cannot be quenched. As you listen, let the drama of this moment fade into a distant hum, its intensity softened by the rhythm of the Edda's words. Picture the grove where you rest, the candles glow warm, the air fragrant with pine and moss. The book lies open, its runes shimmering, each word a thread in the tapestry of the gods' saga. Thor's wrath is a storm, but its echoes are gentle, its fury a wave that rocks you towards sleep. Loki's cunning is a shadow, but its edges blur, its threats softened by the warmth of the fire. Let this scene envelop you, its images soft and fleeting, its sounds a lullaby that cradles your mind. Loki, ever the master of deception, fled Asgard's halls, his form shifting like smoke in the wind. Picture him slipping through the shadows, his laughter a whisper that lingers in the air. He took the guise of a fly, small and buzzing, its wings a blur as it darted through the realms. Imagine the fly, its body glinting in the starlight, its hum a faint echo that blends with the night. Loki's destination was the forges of the dwarves, where the brothers Brock and Sindri labored, their hammers ringing against anvils that glowed with the heat of creation. Picture the forge, its fires roaring, the air thick with the scent of molten metal, the walls of the cavern etched with runes of ancient craft. The dwarves were masters of their art, their hands shaping wonders from the raw stuff of the earth, their minds alight with the spark of creation. Loki, in his fly form, buzzed around Brock, his stings a torment, his presence a distraction. Picture the dwarf, his brow furrowed, his hands steady despite the fly's annoyance, his hammer striking the anvil with a rhythm that echoes like a heartbeat. Brock's brother, Sindri, worked beside him, their voices a low chant, their craft, a dance of fire and metal. Despite Loki's interference, they forged a marvel, a boar with bristles of pure gold, its form glowing like a star, its presence a testament to their skill. Imagine the boar, its body gleaming, its bristles catching the light of the forge, its eyes alive with a spark of magic. The dwarves lifted it from the fire, their hands steady, their faces alight with pride, their creation a gift that would echo through the ages. Picture the forge once more, the flames dancing, the air heavy with heat and the scent of iron. The boar stands before you, its golden bristles shimmering, its form a symbol of the dwarves' mastery. Loki, still a fly, buzzes away, his laughter a faint hum that fades into the shadows. The dwarves continue their work, their hammers ringing, their voices a chant that weaves through the air. They forge a golden ring, Draupnir, its surface gleaming, its power a promise of endless wealth. Imagine the ring, its form perfect, its glow a beacon in the darkness, its weight a reminder of the dwarves' skill. The air is warm, the fires glow soft, the rhythm of the hammers a lullaby that soothes your mind. Yet Loki's schemes were not done. Picture him returning to Asgard, his fly form shed, his smile sly as ever. Thor awaited him, his hammer raised, his eyes burning with the fire of justice. The gods gathered, their voices a murmur, their presence a weight that filled the halls. Loki's words were smooth, his excuses clever, his wager a trap that spared his neck. Imagine the confrontation, the air thick with tension, the golden, halls glowing, the fires crackle a steady rhythm. Thor's wrath was a storm, but Loki's cunning was a river, slipping through his grasp, leaving only ripples in its wake. The gods laughed, their voices a chorus that echoed through the halls, their amusement a shield against the trickster's schemes. As the Edda's pages turn, their runes glowing softly, the tale of Loki's trickery and Thor's wrath unfolds. Like a river, its current gentle, its waters deep and calm. Picture the grove where you rest, the candles glow warm, the air fragrant with pine and smoke. The book lies open, its runes shimmering, each word a thread in the saga of the gods. Thor's hammer gleams, its weight a promise, its power a storm that fades into a distant hum. Loki's laughter lingers, its edges soft, its cunning a whisper that blends with the night. Let this scene settle over you, its images fading into a soft glow, its sounds a lullaby that cradles your mind. The world of Asgard is alive with the clash of gods and tricksters, its halls a stage for their drama, its fires a beacon in the night. Picture Thor standing tall, his hammer raised, his eyes burning with the light of justice. Loki slips away, his form shifting, his laughter a shadow that lingers in the air. The dwarves' forge glows, its flames dancing, its creations a testament to their skill. The boar and the ring shine, their light a promise, their presence a gift to the gods. The air is warm, the fires crackle steady, the rhythm of the story a guide to the realms of sleep. Let us linger in Asgard's halls, where the fire burns bright and the gods gather. Picture the golden walls, their surfaces etched with tales of triumph and betrayal, their glow a beacon in the night. Thor's wrath is a storm, but its echoes are gentle, its fury a wave that rocks you towards slumber. Loki's cunning is a shadow, but its edges blur, its threat softened by the warmth of the fire. The Edda's words flow like a river, their cadence a lullaby, their images a tapestry of dreams. Sleep now, held by the ancient rhythms of the Norse world, where Loki's trickery and Thor's wrath weave a saga that guides you into the heart of eternity. Chapter 5. The War and the Truces. The ancient Edda lies open before you, its pages aglow with the tender flicker of a lone candle. The runes carved upon them shimmer like stars woven into the tapestry of a timeless night. Picture yourself nestled in a tranquil grove, the air cool and fragrant, with the scent of damp moss, ancient pine, and the faint smoke of a distant fire. its soft crackle weaving a gentle rhythm that soothes your soul. The book's leather cover, worn smooth by the hands of countless skalds and seers, feels heavy with the weight of ages, its edges frayed, its surface alive with symbols that pulse with the heartbeat of the cosmos. Let your breath slow, your eyelids grow heavy, and your mind drift into the mists of a world still young where the gods of Asgard clash in a war that shakes the heavens, only to find peace in a fragile truce beneath the watchful gaze of the Nornen, the weavers of fate. As you sink deeper into rest, the Edda's words unfold like a river, their current soft and steady, carrying you into the heart of a saga where conflict and harmony entwine, where the divine will bends to the threads of destiny beneath the eternal. Branches of Yggdrasil, in the golden halls of Asgard, where the Aesir gods reign in splendor, the air hums with the warmth of sacred fires, their flames casting golden shadows across walls etched with runes of power and glory. Picture these halls, their ceilings soaring like the vault of the heavens, their floors gleaming with the polish of divine footsteps, their walls alive with the echoes of creation's dawn. The Aesir, led by Odin, the All-Father, gather here, their voices a chorus of resolve, their presence a beacon in the cosmos. Odin stands at the heart of the hall, his one eye gleaming with wisdom, his cloak dark as the night sky, his ravens Hugin and Munin perched upon his shoulders, their black feathers glinting as they whisper secrets from the 9 worlds. Thor, the Thunderer, grips his hammer Mjolnir, its weight a promise of strength, its surface glowing with the light of storms. Freya, radiant and fierce, wears her cloak of falcon feathers, her eyes alight with the fire of love and war. Heimdall the watchman stands vigilant, his senses sharp, his horn ready to sound the call to arms. Yet beyond Asgard's shining walls, another divine tribe stirred. The Vanir, gods of fertility, wealth, and the earth's bounty, whose home lay in Vanaheim, a realm of lush fields and flowing rivers. Picture Vanaheim, its landscape soft and verdant, its air fragrant with the scent of blooming flowers and ripening fruit, its rivers sparkling under a golden sun. The Vanir were led by Njord, the sea god, whose voice was the murmur of waves, and his children Freya and Freya, whose beauty and power rivaled the Aesir's own. Imagine Njord standing by the shore, his hair silver as sea foam, his eyes deep as the ocean, his presence a tide that binds the world. Freya, lord of harvests, walks through fields of golden grain, his sword gleaming, its blade a promise of prosperity. Freya, goddess of love, mirrors her Aesir namesake, her laughter a melody that weaves through the air, her heart a fire that burns for both passion and battle. The Aesir and Vanir, though divine, were not kin in spirit. Picture the tension between them like a storm gathering on the horizon, its clouds dark and heavy, its winds whispering of conflict. The Aesir, proud and warlike, saw themselves as the rightful rulers of the cosmos, their strength forged in the fires of creation. The Vanir, gentle yet fierce, valued the earth's rhythms, their power rooted in the cycles of growth and renewal. Imagine the clash of their ideals, the Aesir's swords gleaming in Asgard's halls, the Vanir's chants rising from Vanaheim's fields, each tribe unyielding, each claiming the mantle of divine authority. The air between them crackled, the world trembling under the weight of their rivalry, the roots of Yggdrasil humming with the tension of a cosmos divided. The war began with a spark, a slight, a betrayal, a word spoken in haste, its origins lost to the mists of time. Picture the battlefields, vast plains where the earth shook with the clash of divine forces, the sky ablaze with the light of spells and steel. The Aesir charged, their armor gleaming, their voices a roar that echoed through the heavens. Thor's hammer swung. It strikes a thunderclap that shattered stone, its power a storm that swept across the field. Odin's spear Gungnir flew true, its point piercing the heart of any who stood against him, its flight a whisper of fate. Freya's magic wove through the air, her spells a dance of light and shadow, her will a fire that burned unyielding. Imagine the Aesir in battle, their forms towering, their eyes blazing, their strength a tide that could reshape the world. The Vanir met them with equal ferocity, their power rooted in the earth's deep magic. Picture Njord summoning waves that crashed like mountains, their foam white as starlight, their force unrelenting. Freya's sword glowed, its blade cutting through armor like a breeze through grass, its light a beacon of hope. Freya's chants rose, her voice a melody that stirred the winds, her magic a web that ensnared the heart and soul. Imagine the Vanir standing firm, their feet planted in the soil, their eyes alight with the fire of creation, their will a river that flowed unbroken. The earth trembled, the sky wept, and the worlds held their breath as God fought God. Their clash a symphony of chaos that threatened to unravel the cosmos. Picture the battle unfolding across the plains, the air thick with the scent of smoke. Hand steel, the ground scarred with the marks of divine wrath. The Aesir's spears gleam, their shields a wall of iron, their voices a chant that echoes through the heavens. The Vanir's magic swirls, their spells a tapestry of light, their chants a rhythm that pulses through the earth. The clash is fierce, each side unyielding, each blow a testament to their divine will. Yet neither could triumph, their strengths too evenly matched, their powers too vast to be overcome. Imagine the stalemate, the battlefield quiet, the air heavy with the weight of exhaustion, the gods standing amidst the wreckage, their eyes meeting across the divide, their hearts heavy with the cost of war. As you listen, let the fury of the battle fade into a distant hum, its intensity softened by the rhythm of the Edda's words. Picture the grove where you rest, the candles glow warm, the air fragrant with pine and moss. The book lies open, its runes shimmering, each word a thread in the tapestry of the gods' saga. The war's clamor is a wave that rocks you gently, its echoes a lullaby that soothes your mind. The gods' strife is a shadow, its edges blurring, its weight lifting as you drift toward sleep. Let this scene envelop you, its images soft and fleeting, its sounds a melody that cradles your soul. The stalemate forced the gods to seek peace, their hearts weary, their minds turning to the wisdom of compromise. Picture the meeting, a vast plain beneath the branches of Yggdrasil, the air cool and fragrant, the ground soft with grass that sways in the breeze. The Aesir and Vanir gather, their armor set aside, their voices low, their eyes meeting with a mix of wariness and hope. Odin steps forward, his cloak billowing, his voice a steady rhythm that carries the weight of prophecy. There is no room for two tribes of gods, he declares, his words a verdict, his will a fire that burns for unity. Imagine the moment, the air thick with tension, the gods standing in a circle, the trees' leaves rustling above, their shadows a tapestry that binds the worlds. To seal the truce, the gods exchanged hostages, a gesture of trust in a world still, raw with conflict. Picture the Aesir sending Honir, a god of wisdom, and Mimir, a sage of boundless knowledge, to Vanaheim, their forms cloaked in starlight, their steps steady as they cross the rainbow bridge Bifrost. The Vanir, in turn, send Njord, Freyr, and Freya to Asgard, their presence a promise, their power a gift to the Aesir's halls. Imagine Njord's arrival, his hair silver as the sea, his eyes deep as the ocean, his voice a murmur that calms the heart. Freyr follows, his sword sheathed, his smile warm, his presence a spark of prosperity. Freya, radiant as dawn, steps into Asgard, her laughter a melody, her beauty a fire that stirs the soul. The air is warm, the fires crackle steady, the rhythm of their steps a lullaby that soothes your mind. Yet peace was fragile, its roots tender, its balance delicate. Picture Odin standing alone in Asgard's halls, his ravens circling, his thoughts heavy with the weight of the truce. He knew that unity was a thread in the tapestry of fate, woven by the Nornen, the three weavers who sit by the well of Urd beneath Yggdrasil's roots. Imagine the Nornen, their forms cloaked in shadow, their fingers deft as they spin the strands of every life. Urd, the past, weaves with threads of memory, her touch steady, her gaze unyielding. Verdandi, the present, shapes the now, her hands swift, her eyes bright with the pulse of life. Skuld, the future, spins what may be, her fingers delicate, her voice a whisper of possibility. Their voices are cryptic, their words a riddle, their wisdom a light that guides the gods. Picture the well of Urd, its waters clear and deep, its surface reflecting the stars above, its depths holding the secrets of the cosmos. The Nornen sit by its edge, their fingers weaving, their chants a melody that hums through the roots of Yggdrasil. Odin approaches, his heart heavy, his mind seeking their counsel. "Speak, weavers of fate," he says, his voice a low rumble, his eye gleaming with the hunger for truth. The Nornen's words are veiled, their meaning shrouded, yet they warn of caution, of threads that tangle, of choices that shape the worlds. Imagine their voices, soft and resonant, blending with the murmur of the well, the rustle of Yggdrasil's leaves creating a symphony that lulls your mind. Odin listens, his heart stirred, his will tempered by their wisdom, knowing that all lives are interwoven in their tapestry. As the Edda's pages turn, their runes glowing softly, the tale of the war and the truce unfolds like a river, its current gentle, its waters deep and calm. Picture the grove where you rest, the candles glow warm, the air fragrant with pine and smoke. The book lies open, its runes shimmering, each word a thread in the saga of the gods. The war's echoes fade, its fury a wave that rocks you gently, its clamor a lullaby that soothes your soul. The truce's fragility lingers, its hope a spark that glows in the night, its promise a whisper that blends with the fire's crackle. Let this scene settle over you, its images fading into a soft glow, its sounds a melody that cradles your mind. The world of Asgard is alive with the memory of conflict, its halls a stage for the gods' drama, its fires a beacon in the night. Picture Odin standing tall, his ravens circling, his eye burning with the light of wisdom. The Vanir walk among the Aesir, their presence a harmony, their power a gift. The Nornen weave, their fingers deft, their voices a chant that echoes through the cosmos. The air is warm, the fires crackle steady, the rhythm of the story a guide to the realms of sleep. Let us linger in Asgard's halls, where the fire burns bright and the gods gather. Their voices a chorus, their hearts bound by the truce's fragile thread. The Edda's words flow like a river, their cadence a lullaby, their images a tapestry of dreams. Picture the plain beneath Yggdrasil, the gods standing in a circle, their eyes meeting, their hands clasped in peace. The trees' leaves rustle above, their shadows a web that binds the worlds. The Nornen's well glimmers, its waters a mirror, its depths a mystery. Sleep now held by the ancient rhythms of the Norse world, where the war and the truce weave a saga that guides you into the heart of eternity. Chapter 6. Odin's Quest for Wisdom. As the ancient Edda lies open before you, its pages bathed in the tender glow of a solitary candle, the runes carved upon them shimmer like stars, caught in the weave of an eternal night. Picture yourself resting in a tranquil grove, the air cool and fragrant with the scent of damp moss, ancient pine, and the faint smoke of a distant fire, its soft crackle weaving a gentle rhythm that soothes your soul. The book's leather cover, worn smooth by the hands of countless skalds and seers, feels heavy with the weight of ages, its edges frayed, its surface alive with symbols that pulse with the heartbeat of the cosmos. Let your breath slow, your eyelids grow heavy, and your mind drift into the mists of a world still young, where Odin, the All-Father, seeks the secrets of the universe, sacrificing himself on the world tree Yggdrasil, while Freya weeps for her lost love and Loki's cunning stirs the shadows of Asgard. As you sink deeper into rest, the Edda's words unfold like a river, their current soft and steady, carrying you into the heart of a saga where wisdom, sorrow, and mischief entwine beneath the tree's eternal branches. In the golden halls of Asgard, where the Aesir gods reign in splendor, the air hums with the warmth of sacred fires, their flames casting golden shadows across walls etched with runes of power and prophecy. Picture these halls, their ceilings soaring like the vault of the heavens, their floors gleaming with the polish of divine footsteps, their walls alive with the echoes of creation's dawn. Odin, the All-Father, stands at the heart of the hall, his one eye gleaming with a hunger for knowledge, his cloak dark as the night sky, his ravens Hugin and Munin perched upon his shoulders, their black feathers glinting as they whisper secrets from the 9 worlds. His presence is a storm held in check, his mind a labyrinth of thoughts that trace the threads of fate, his heart a fire that burns for truth. Thor, the Thunderer, rests nearby, his hammer Mjolnir at his side, its weight a promise of strength. Freya, radiant yet heavy with grief, stands apart, her eyes glistening with tears, her heart aching for her lost husband. Odd. Picture Odin moving through the halls, his footsteps silent, his gaze fixed on the horizon, where the branches of Yggdrasil stretch across the sky. He is no mere god. He is the seeker, the wanderer, the one who dares to challenge the boundaries of existence, to uncover the secrets that lie beyond. His mind is restless, his soul stirred by questions that burn like stars. What lies at the heart of the cosmos? What truths bind the worlds? What price must be paid to know the will of the Nornen, the weavers of fate? Imagine him standing alone, his cloak billowing in the wind, his ravens circling above, their cries a call to the unknown. The air is cool, scented with the freshness of high places, the stars above a canopy that mirrors the tree's leaves below. Let this image settle over you, Odin's quest a distant hum, his resolve a whisper that blends with the fire's crackle, guiding you deeper into the mists of dreams. Odin's quest led him to Yggdrasil, the world tree, the axis of the universe, its trunk vast as mountains, its branches cradling the heavens, its roots plunging into realms unseen. Picture the tree. Rising before you, its bark rough and ancient, etched with the scars of time, each groove a story, each knot a memory of the world's first breath. Its leaves shimmer with a faint green glow, their edges trembling in an unseen breeze that carries the whispers of the gods. The air around Yggdrasil hums with a quiet energy, the scent of sap and rich earth filling your senses, the rustle of its foliage a lullaby that sings of eternity. Imagine standing beneath its canopy, the world falling away, the tree's presence a gentle embrace that cradles you toward sleep, its vastness a shield against the chaos of the waking world. To gain the wisdom he sought, Odin chose a path of sacrifice, a trial that would test the limits of his divine will. Picture him approaching Yggdrasil, his heart steady, his mind resolute, his spear Gungnir in hand. With a rope woven from the threads of fate, he bound himself to the tree, his body suspended between earth and sky, his form a bridge between the mortal and the divine. For 9 nights he hung, his body pierced by his own spear, his blood dripping onto the earth below, each drop a testament to his resolve. Imagine the scene, the night sky above a canvas of stars, the tree's branches, swaying the air heavy with the weight of his sacrifice. The wind howls, its voice a chant that echoes through the cosmos, the stars glimmering like the eyes of the Nornen, watching, waiting. Picture Odin hanging on the tree, his body racked with pain, his mind a storm of visions and truths. The cold bites at his flesh, the hunger gnaws at his soul, yet his will is unyielding, his eye fixed on the mysteries that lie beyond. For 9 nights he endures, each moment a step deeper into the void, each breath a prayer to the forces that shape the worlds. The runes, the sacred symbols of knowledge, begin to reveal themselves, their forms glowing in the darkness, their meanings unfolding like petals in the dawn. Imagine the runes, their shapes sharp and ancient, their light a beacon that pierces. The shadows, their power a gift that flows into Odin's soul. His sacrifice is a fire, its flames burning away the veil between the known and the unknown, its heat a forge that shapes him anew. On the 9th night, the well of Mimir, the source of all wisdom, opened to him, its waters clear and deep, its surface reflecting the stars above. Picture the well, its edges lined with stone, its waters shimmering with a light that holds the secrets of the cosmos. Odin, weakened but unbowed, gazed into its depths, his heart stirred by the promise of truth. To drink from the well he offered, his eye plucking it from his face with a steady hand, its sacrifice a price paid without hesitation. Imagine the moment, the air thick with the weight of his choice, the well's waters rippling, the stars above dimming as if in reverence. The eye sank into the well, its light merging with the waters, its vision becoming one with the wisdom of the ages. Odin drank, the waters cool and sweet, their power flooding his soul, their truths unfolding like a river that flows through eternity. Picture Odin transformed, his form radiant, his mind alight with the knowledge of the runes, the secrets of the cosmos, the will of the Nornen. He became the All-Father, master of storms, seas and magic, his voice a thunder that could shake the heavens, his wisdom a light that guided the gods. Imagine him standing before Yggdrasil, his cloak stained with blood, his one eye gleaming, his ravens circling above, their cries a song of triumph. The trees' leaves rustle, their sound a chorus that echoes through the worlds, the air warm, with the scent of sap and earth, the stars above a canopy that celebrates his victory. Let this image settle over you, Odin's sacrifice a distant hum, his wisdom a whisper that blends with the fire's crackle, guiding you deeper into the realms of sleep. Yet in Asgard, not all was triumph. Picture Freya, the goddess of love, standing alone in the golden halls, her heart heavy with grief for her lost husband Od. Her tears fall like rain, each drop a jewel that glimmers in the firelight, her sorrow a weight that fills the air. Imagine her, her hair golden as dawn, her eyes glistening, her voice a soft lament that weaves through the halls. She searches for Od, her footsteps echoing, her heart aching with a longing that cannot be eased. The gods watch, their voices silent, their hearts stirred by her pain, yet even Odin, now wise beyond measure, cannot mend her broken heart. Picture the halls, their walls glowing, the fire's warmth a contrast to Freya's sorrow, the air thick with the scent of cedar and smoke. Her grief is a wave, its rhythm gentle, its weight a lullaby that rocks you toward slumber. Loki, the trickster, stirs in the shadows, his eyes glinting with mischief, his smile sharp as a blade's edge. Picture him moving through Asgard, his cloak trailing like a shadow, his laughter soft but laced with cunning. His schemes are a spark in the night, his presence a whisper that unsettles the god's peace. Imagine him standing at the edge of the hall, his gaze fixed on Freya's tears, his mind weaving plans that could unravel the fragile harmony of Asgard. His voice is smooth, his words a melody that masks his intent, his heart a storm that dances between light and shadow. The air around him crackles, the scent of ozone mingling with the fire's smoke, his presence a reminder of the chaos that lingers at the world's edges. As the Edda's pages turn, their runes glowing softly, the tale of Odin's quest, Freya's grief and Loki's mischief unfolds like a river, its current gentle, its waters deep and calm. Picture the grove where you rest. The candles glow warm, the air fragrant with pine and moss. The book lies open, its runes shimmering, each word a thread in the saga of the gods. Odin's sacrifice is a fire, its flames a distant glow, its heat a comfort that soothes your soul. Freya's tears are a rain, their rhythm soft, their sorrow a whisper that blends with the night. Loki's cunning is a shadow, its edges blurring, its threats softened by the warmth of the fire. Let this scene settle over you, its images fading into a soft glow. It sounds a lullaby that cradles your mind. The world of Asgard is alive with the interplay of wisdom and sorrow, its halls a stage for the gods' drama, its fires a beacon in the night. Picture Odin standing tall, his one eye gleaming, his ravens circling, his wisdom a light that guides the worlds. Freya weeps, her tears a river, her heart a flame that burns unyielding. Loki schemes, his laughter a whisper, his cunning a spark that dances in the shadows. The air is warm, the fires crackle steady, the rhythm of the story a guide to the realms of sleep. Let us linger in Asgard's halls, where the fire burns bright and the gods gather, their voices a chorus, their hearts bound by the threads of fate. The Edda's words flow like a river, their cadence a lullaby, their images a tapestry of dreams. Picture Yggdrasil, its branches swaying, its leaves rustling, its roots binding the worlds. The well of Mimir glimmers, its waters a mirror, its depths a mystery. The runes glow, their light a beacon, their power a gift that shapes the cosmos. Sleep now, held by the ancient rhythms of the Norse world, where Odin's quest for wisdom weaves a saga that guides you into the heart of eternity. Chapter 7. The Fall of Baldur. The ancient Edda lies open before you, its pages bathed in the tender glow of a solitary candle. The runes carved upon them shimmer like stars, woven into the fabric of an eternal night. Picture yourself resting in a tranquil grove, the air cool and fragrant with the scent of damp moss, ancient pine, and the faint smoke of a distant fire, its soft crackle weaving a gentle rhythm that soothes your soul. The book's leather cover, worn smooth by the hands of countless scalds and seers, feels heavy with the weight of ages, its edges frayed, its surface alive with symbols that pulse with the heartbeat of the cosmos. Let your breath slow, your eyelids grow heavy, and your mind drift into the mists of a world still young, where tragedy strikes the radiant god Baldur, casting a shadow over Asgard's golden halls, as the gods weep and Loki's cunning lingers like a whisper in the dark. As you sink deeper into rest, the Edda's words unfold like a river, their current soft and steady, carrying you into the heart of a saga where light falls to darkness, yet hope endures beneath the eternal branches of Yggdrasil. In the golden halls of Asgard, where the Aesir gods dwell in splendor, the air hums with the warmth of sacred fires, their flames casting golden shadows across walls etched with runes of power and prophecy. Picture these halls, their ceilings soaring like the vault of the heavens, their floors gleaming with the polish of divine footsteps, their walls alive with the echoes of creation's dawn. The gods gather here, their voices a chorus of divine will, their presence a beacon in the cosmos. At the heart of the hall stands Odin, the All-Father, his one eye gleaming with wisdom, his cloak dark as the night sky, his ravens, Hugin and Munin, perched upon his shoulders, their black feathers glinting as they whisper secrets from the 9 worlds. Thor, the Thunderer, grips his hammer Mjolnir, its weight a promise of strength, its surface glowing with the light of storms. Freya, radiant yet touched by sorrow, stands with her cloak of falcon feathers, her eyes glistening with the memory of past grief. Among them shines Baldur, the radiant god, beloved of all, his presence a light that warms the heart of Asgard. Picture Baldur, his hair golden as the sun, his eyes bright as the morning sky, his smile a melody that lifts the soul. He is the god of beauty, of purity, of hope. His laughter a sound that echoes through the halls, his kindness a flame that burns unyielding. The air around him is warm, scented with the freshness of spring, his presence a comfort to gods and mortals alike. Imagine standing in his light, the golden halls glowing, the fire's warmth a gentle embrace, the gods' voices a chorus that celebrates his radiance. Baldur is Asgard's jewel, a star that shines in the night, a beacon that holds the darkness at bay. Yet darkness stirred, a shadow cast by dreams that haunted Baldur's sleep. Picture him standing alone in the halls, his brow furrowed, his eyes clouded with visions of death. He spoke to the gods, his voice soft but heavy, his words a warning. I dream of a shadow that claims me, a cold that steals my light. The gods listened, their hearts heavy, their minds stirred by fear. Odin, wise and far-seeing, felt a chill in his soul, his one eye gazing into the threads of fate, sensing a tragedy that could not be undone. Imagine the hall, the fire's glow dimming, the air thick with the weight of foreboding, the gods gathered in a circle, their faces etched with worry. The stars above Asgard flicker, their light faltering, as if the cosmos itself mourns the coming loss. To protect Baldur, the gods devised a plan, their will a shield against the darkness. Picture Frigg, Baldur's mother, her heart fierce with love, her eyes burning with resolve. She journeyed across the 9 worlds, her cloak trailing like a river of starlight, her voice a plea that echoed through the realms. She sought oaths from all things, stone and tree, fire and water, beast and bird, each swearing never to harm Baldur, their promises a web that wove a shield around him. Imagine Frigg standing before a towering oak, its leaves rustling, its bark rough under her touch, its voice a whisper that binds it to her will. She speaks to the rivers, their waters shimmering, their currents slowing as they pledge their loyalty. She calls to the wolves, their eyes glinting, their howls a chorus that seals the oath. The air is cool, the ground soft with moss, the stars, above a canopy that witnesses her tireless quest. Picture the worlds united, their voices a symphony, their oaths a light that surrounds Baldur. Stone will not crush him, fire will not burn him, water will not drown him, beasts will not tear him. The gods rejoice, their laughter echoing through Asgard's halls, their hearts lifted by the shield they have forged. Baldur stands among them, his radiance undimmed, his smile a beacon that banishes fear. Imagine the halls, the fire's glow, bright, the air warm with the scent of cedar and smoke, the gods testing Baldur's invulnerability, their spears and stones falling harmlessly at his feet. The scene is joyous, the gods' voices a chorus, the air alive with the hum of divine celebration. Let this image settle over you, the light of Baldur a gentle glow, the gods' laughter a whisper that blends with the fire's crackle, guiding you deeper into the mists of dreams. Yet one thing escaped Frigg's notice, a humble plant, the mistletoe small and fragile, its berries pale as moonlight, its stems soft and green. Picture the mistletoe, clinging to an oak, its leaves trembling in the breeze, its presence overlooked in the vastness of the worlds. Frigg deemed it too weak, too gentle to pose a threat, its nature too soft to break the oaths that bound all else. Imagine the mistletoe, its form delicate, its berries glistening, its silence a shadow that lingers unnoticed. The air around it is cool, scented with the freshness of the forest, the ground soft with fallen leaves, the stars above a distant witness to its quiet power. The mistletoe waits, its role unwritten, its destiny a thread in the tapestry of fate. Loki, the trickster, stirred in the shadows, his eyes glinting with mischief, his smile sharp as a blade's edge. Picture him moving through Asgard, his cloak trailing like a shadow, his laughter soft but laced with cunning. He learned of the mistletoe, his mind weaving a scheme, his heart alight with the thrill of chaos. Imagine him standing in a forest, the mistletoe before him, his fingers brushing its stems, his voice a whisper that binds it to his will. He crafted a dart, its point sharp, its form light, its power hidden in its fragile frame. The air is heavy, the stars dim, the forest silent, as Loki's plan takes shape. His laughter is a hum, his cunning a spark that dances in the night, his presence a reminder of the chaos that lingers at the world's edges. Picture the gods gathered in a field, their laughter ringing, their game a test of Baldur's invulnerability. They hurl stones, swing axes, thrust spears, each weapon falling harmlessly, each strike a testament to Frigg's oaths. Baldur stands radiant, his smile unyielding, his light a beacon in the daylight. Among them is Hod, Baldur's blind brother, his heart heavy with longing to join the game, his hands empty, his eyes unseeing. Imagine Hod, his form steady, his face turned toward the sound of laughter, his soul stirred by love for his brother. Loki approaches, his voice smooth, his words a melody that masks his intent. "Take this dart," he whispers, pressing the mistletoe into Hod's hand, guiding his aim. The air is warm, the field alive with the gods' voices, the stars above hidden by the sun's light. Hod throws the dart, its flight swift, its point true, its power a secret that pierces Baldur's heart. Picture the moment, the field falling. Silent, the air thick with the weight of tragedy, the gods' laughter dying as Baldur falls. His light fades, his smile softens, his body crumples to the earth, a star extinguished in the daylight. Imagine the gods rushing to his side, their voices a wail, their hands reaching for the brother they cannot save. Frigg's cry echoes, a sound that shakes the heavens, her tears falling like rain, her heart breaking under the weight of loss. Odin stands frozen, his one eye glistening, his wisdom powerless against the tide of grief. The air is heavy, the ground soft with grass, the fire's distant crackle, a faint echo in the silence. All creation weeps for Baldur, humans, animals, trees, stones, their sorrow a chorus that resonates through the worlds. Picture the rivers slowing, their waters shimmering with tears, their currents a lament that carries Baldur's name. The trees bow, their leaves falling, their branches trembling with grief. The wolves howl, their voices a dirge that echoes through the night, their eyes glinting with sorrow. The stones weep, their surfaces glistening, their silence a testament to the loss. Imagine the worlds united, their voices a symphony, their tears a river that flows through the cosmos. The stars above dim, their light faltering, as if the heavens themselves mourn the radiant god. Let this image settle over you. The sorrow a gentle wave, the tears a rhythm that rocks you toward slumber. Yet one refuses to weep, a troll woman named Thok, her heart cold as stone, her eyes unyielding. Picture Thok in her cave, her form shrouded. In shadow, her voice a rasp that cuts through the air. She sits alone, her hands clutching a staff, her face carved with defiance, her refusal a barrier that binds Baldur to hell, the realm of the dead. Imagine the cave, its walls damp, its air heavy with the scent of earth and frost. The fire's glow absent, the stars hidden by stone. Thok's refusal is a shadow, its weight heavy, its presence a whisper that lingers in the dark. The gods plead, their voices a chorus, their tears a plea. But Thok remains unmoved, her heart a fortress that none can breach. Loki's hand is suspected, his cunning a shadow that looms over the tragedy. Picture him standing at the edge of Asgard, his eyes glinting, his smile sly, his laughter a whisper that blends with the wind. The gods turn their gaze to him, their hearts heavy with suspicion, their voices a murmur that echoes through the halls. Odin's eye pierces the trickster's facade, his wisdom sensing the threads of mischief that weave through Baldur's fall. Imagine the confrontation, the golden halls dim, the air thick with tension, the fires crackle a steady rhythm that holds the silence at bay. Loki slips away, his form shifting, his laughter a shadow that lingers, his cunning a spark that dances in the night. As the Edda's pages turn, their runes glowing softly, the tale of Baldur's fall unfolds like a river, its current gentle, its waters deep and calm. Picture the grove where you rest, the candles glow warm, the air fragrant with pine and smoke. The book lies open, its runes shimmering, each word a thread in the saga of the gods. Baldur's light is a memory, its glow a distant hum, its warmth a comfort that soothes your soul. Frigg's tears are a rain, their rhythm soft, their sorrow a whisper that blends with the night. Loki's cunning is a shadow, its edges blurring, its threat softened by the warmth of the fire. Let this scene settle over you, its images fading, into a soft glow. It sounds a lullaby that cradles your mind. The world of Asgard is alive with the weight of grief, its halls a stage for the gods' sorrow, its fires a beacon in the night. Picture Odin standing tall, his one eye glistening, his ravens circling, his wisdom a light that holds the darkness at bay. Frigg weeps, her tears a river, her heart a flame that burns unyielding. Loki schemes, his laughter a whisper, his cunning a spark that dances in the shadows. The air is warm, the fires crackle steady, the rhythm of the story a guide to the realms of sleep. Let us linger in Asgard's halls, where the fire burns low and the gods mourn, their voices a chorus, their hearts bound by the loss of Baldur. Bazifi. Edda's words flow like a river, their cadence a lullaby, their images a tapestry of dreams. Picture Yggdrasil, its branches swaying, its leaves rustling, its roots binding the worlds. The fields of Asgard glimmer, their grasses soft, their air heavy with sorrow. The stars above shine, their light a memory of Baldur's radiance, their glow a guide to the heart of eternity. Sleep now, held by the ancient rhythms of the Norse world, where Baldur's fall weaves a saga that guides you into the depths of dreams. Chapter 8. Loki's punishment and the binding of the tricksters. The ancient Edda lies open before you, its pages bathed in the tender glow of a solitary candle. The runes carved upon them shimmer like stars, caught in the weave of an eternal night. Picture yourself resting in a tranquil grove, the air cool and fragrant with the scent of damp moss, ancient pine, and the faint smoke of a distant fire, its soft crackle weaving a gentle rhythm that soothes your soul. The book's leather cover, worn smooth by the hands of countless scalds and seers, feels heavy with the weight of ages, its edges frayed, its surface alive with symbols that pulse with the heartbeat of the cosmos. Let your breath slow, your eyelids grow heavy, and your mind drift into the mists of a world still young, where the gods of Asgard deliver justice to Loki, the trickster, binding him for his crimes, as the shadows of his deeds cast a chill over the golden halls. As you sink deeper into rest, the Edda's words unfold like a river, their current soft and steady, carrying you into the heart of a saga where cunning meets consequence, and the balance of the worlds trembles beneath the eternal branches of Yggdrasil. In the golden halls of Asgard, where the Aesir gods reign in splendor, the air hums with the warmth of sacred fires, their flames casting golden shadows across walls etched with runes of power and sorrow. Picture these halls, their ceilings soaring like the vault of the heavens, their floors gleaming with the polish of divine footsteps, their walls alive with the echoes of creation's dawn. The gods gather here, their voices a chorus of grief and resolve, their presence a beacon in the cosmos. Odin the All-Father stands at the heart of the hall, his one eye gleaming with wisdom and pain, his cloak dark as the night sky, his ravens Hugin and Munin perched upon his shoulders, their black feathers glinting as they whisper secrets from the 9 worlds. Thor the Thunderer grips his hammer Mjolnir, its weight a promise of justice, its surface glowing with the light of storms. Freya, radiant yet heavy with mourning, stands with her cloak of falcon feathers, her eyes glistening with the memory. Day of Baldur's fall. The air in Asgard is thick with the weight of tragedy, the loss of Baldur, the radiant god, a wound that festers in the hearts of the gods. Picture the halls, their golden glow dimmed, the fire's warmth a faint comfort against the chill of grief. The gods' voices are low, their eyes shadowed, their thoughts turn to Loki, the trickster, whose cunning is suspected in Baldur's death. Loki, once a brother by oath, now a shadow that haunts the edges of Asgard, his laughter a whisper that unsettles the divine harmony. Imagine him moving through the realms, his cloak trailing like smoke, his eyes glinting with mischief, his smile sharp as a blade's edge. He is a spark of chaos, a flame that dances between light and shadow, his heart a storm that defies the gods' order. Picture Loki in hiding, his form shifting like the wind, his presence a flicker in the shadows of the worlds. He flees to a distant mountain, a rugged peak where the air is thin and cold, the ground scarred with frost and stone. There, by a rushing river, he builds a house with 4 doors, each facing a cardinal direction, his eyes ever watchful, his mind weaving plans to evade the gods' wrath. Imagine the house, its walls rough-hewn, its roof thatched with pine, its doors open to the wind, the river's roar a constant companion. The air is sharp, scented with the tang of ice and earth, the stars above a distant canopy that watches. His solitude. Loki's laughter is soft, his heart racing with the thrill of defiance, yet the shadow of justice looms, its weight a whisper that lingers in the night. The gods, relentless in their pursuit, seek Loki across the realms, their will, a tide that cannot be stemmed. Picture Odin standing on Asgard's highest tower, his one eye piercing the mists, his ravens soaring to seek the trickster's trail. Thor strides through the mountains, his hammer glowing, his footsteps shaking the earth, his voice a thunderclap that echoes through the valleys. Freya's magic weaves through the air, her spells a net that seeks to ensnare the fugitive, her heart burning with the need for justice. Imagine the gods in motion, their armor gleaming, their eyes blazing, their resolve a fire that burns unyielding. The air crackles, the ground trembles, the stars above flicker as if in anticipation of the reckoning to come. Loki, ever cunning, takes the form of a salmon, his body sleek and silver, his movements swift as he darts through the river's currents. Picture the salmon, its scales catching the moonlight, its fins cutting through the water, its eyes glinting with the trickster's defiance. The river is cold, its waters rushing over stones, its roar a chorus that masks Loki's escape. Yet the gods are not so easily fooled. Imagine Thor wading into the river, his hands steady, his eyes sharp, his strength a match for the wildest currents. He casts a net, its strands woven with runes, its weight heavy with the god's will. The net closes around the salmon, its threads tightening, its power unbreakable. Loki struggles, his form thrashing, his cunning no match for the god's resolve. The air is heavy, the waters roar a symphony, the stars above a witness to his capture. Picture Loki dragged from the river, his form shifting back to divine, his eyes burning with defiance, his laughter silenced by the weight of his fate. The gods bind him with chains, their links forged in the fires of Asgard, their strength unyielding. They lead him to a cavern deep beneath the earth, its walls damp and cold, its air thick with the scent of stone and shadow. Imagine the cavern, its ceiling low, its floor rough, its darkness broken only by the faint glow of the gods' torches. The gods secure Loki to 3 great stones, their surfaces scarred with runes, their weight a testament to the trickster's crimes. They use the entrails of Loki's own son, Narfi, transformed into iron cords, their strands cruel and unyielding. Their power a seal that binds him to his fate. The air is heavy, the cavern silent, the fire's distant crackle a faint echo in the darkness. Above Loki's head, the gods place a serpent, its scales glinting like frost, its eyes burning with malice, its venom dripping in a steady rhythm. Picture the serpent, its coils winding through the cavern's ceiling, its hiss a chilling sound that fills the air, its venom a poison that sears Loki's flesh. Each drop burns, each sting a torment, each moment a reminder of his deeds. Imagine Loki writhing, his body bound, his voice a cry that echoes through the cavern, his pain a weight that shakes the earth. Yet Sigyn, Loki's wife, remains by his side, her heart heavy with love, her hand steady as she holds a bowl to catch the venom, her presence a flicker of light in the darkness. Picture Sigyn, her hair dark, her eyes glistening, her resolve unyielding, her love a shield against the serpent's cruelty. When the bowl fills, Sigyn must empty it, and the venom falls upon Loki, its burn a fire that tears through his soul. Imagine the moment, the cavern trembling, Loki's cries a storm that shakes the roots of Yggdrasil, the air thick with the scent of pain and stone. Sigyn returns, her bowl steady, her heart breaking, her love a constant in the face of endless torment. The air is cold, the cavern dark, the serpent's hiss a rhythm that blends with the fire's distant crackle. The gods watch from Asgard, their hearts heavy, their justice a weight that balances the scales of Baldur's loss. Odin's eye glistens, Thor's hammer rests, Freya's tears fall, each god bound by the tragedy that led to this moment. As the Edda's pages turn, their runes glowing softly, the tale of Loki's punishment unfolds like a river, its current gentle, its waters deep and calm. Picture the grove where you rest, the candles glow warm, the air fragrant with pine and moss. The book lies open, its runes shimmering, each word a thread in the saga of the gods. Loki's cries are a distant hum, his pain a wave that rocks you gently, its torment softened by the rhythm of the story. Sigyn's love is a light, its glow a comfort, its steadfastness a whisper that blends with the night. The god's justice is a shadow, its edges blurring, its weight lifting as you drift towards sleep. Let this scene settle over you, its images fading into a soft glow, its sounds a lullaby that cradles your mind. The world of Asgard is alive with the weight of consequence, its halls a stage for the god's justice, its fires a beacon in the night. Picture Odin standing tall, his one eye gleaming, his ravens circling, his wisdom a light that holds the darkness at bay. Thor rests, his hammer steady, his heart heavy with the cost of vengeance. Freya weeps, her tears a river, her sorrow a flame that burns unyielding. Sigyn stands in the cavern, her bowl a shield, her love a spark that endures in the shadows. The air is warm, the fire's crackle steady, the rhythm of the story a guide to the realms of sleep. Let us linger in Asgard's halls, where the fire burns low and the gods reflect, their voices a chorus, their hearts bound by the binding of the trickster. The Edda's words flow like a river, their cadence a lullaby, their images a tapestry of dreams. Picture Yggdrasil, its branches swaying, its leaves rustling, its roots binding the worlds. The cavern glimmers, its stones cold, its air heavy with the weight of justice. The stars above shine, their light a memory of Baldur's radiance, their glow a guide to the heart of eternity. Sleep now, held by the ancient rhythms of the Norse world, where Loki's punishment weaves a saga that guides you into the depths of dreams. Chapter 9. The twilight of the gods as the ancient Edda lies open before you, its pages bathed in the tender glow of a solitary candle, the runes carved upon them shimmer like stars caught in the weave of an eternal night. Picture yourself resting in a tranquil grove, the air cool and fragrant with the scent of damp moss, ancient pine, and the faint smoke of a distant fire, its soft crackle weaving a gentle rhythm that soothes your soul. The book's leather cover, worn smooth by the hands of countless skalds and seers, feels heavy with the weight of ages, its edges frayed, its surface alive with symbols that pulse with the heartbeat of the cosmos. Let your breath slow, your eyelids grow heavy, and your mind drift into the mists of a world trembling on the edge of fate, where the gods of Asgard face Ragnarok, the twilight of their reign, and the world is reborn from the ashes of its end. As you sink deeper into rest, the Edda's words unfold like a river, their current soft and steady, carrying you into the heart of a saga where destruction and renewal entwine, and the eternal branches of Yggdrasil cradle the hope of a new dawn. The golden halls of Asgard, where the Aesir gods reign in splendor, the air hums with the warmth of sacred fires, their flames casting golden shadows across walls etched with runes of power and prophecy. Picture these halls, their ceilings soaring like the vault of the heavens, their floors gleaming with the polish of divine footsteps, their walls alive with the echoes of creation's dawn. The gods gather here, their voices a chorus of resolve and foreboding, their presence a beacon in the cosmos. Odin, the All-Father, stands at the heart of the hall, his one eye gleaming with wisdom and sorrow, his cloak dark as the night sky, his ravens Hugin and Munin perched upon his shoulders, their black feathers glinting as they whisper omens from the 9 worlds. Thor, the Thunderer, grips his hammer Mjolnir, its weight a promise of defiance, its surface glowing with the light of storms. Freya, radiant yet heavy with grief, stands with her cloak of falcon feathers, her eyes glistening with the memory of losses past, her heart steeled for the trials ahead. The air in Asgard is thick with the weight of destiny, the prophecy of Ragnarok, a shadow that looms over the gods' golden halls. Picture the halls, their glow dimmed, the fire's warmth a faint comfort against the chill of inevitability. Odin, wise beyond measure, knows the signs. The Fimbul winter, a great cold that will grip the worlds for 3 years. It snows deep and unrelenting. Its winds a howl that silences hope. Imagine the worlds shrouded in frost, the rivers frozen, their surfaces gleaming like mirrors under a grey sky. The trees bare, their branches clawing at the heavens, the stars above hidden by clouds that never part. The air is sharp, scented with the tang of ice and despair, the ground hard with the weight of winter's embrace. Villages huddle in silence, their fires weak, their people shivering, their prayers a whisper that fades into the wind. The gods stand vigilant, their eyes scanning the horizon, their hearts heavy with the knowledge that the end draws near. Picture the Fimbul winter's grip tightening, the world growing darker, colder, its rhythms slowing as life retreats. The seas churn, their waves capped with ice, their depths stirred by unseen forces. The mountains groan, their peaks shrouded in mist, their stones cracking under the weight of frost. The animals hide, their tracks buried in snow, their voices silenced by the endless cold. Imagine the silence broken only by the howl of the wind, its cry a lament that echoes through the worlds. The gods gather in Asgard, their armor gleaming, their voices low, their thoughts turn to the battles foretold. Odin consults the Nornen, the weavers of fate, their voices cryptic, their words a riddle that speaks of endings and beginnings. Picture the Nornen by the well of Urd, their fingers deft, their chants a melody that hums through Yggdrasil's roots, their wisdom a light that guides the All-Father's heart. The signs of Ragnarok unfold, each a thread in the tapestry of doom. Picture the wolves Skoll and Hati, their jaws gaping, their eyes burning with hunger, chasing the sun and moon across the sky. The sun, radiant and warm, dims as Skoll's teeth close around it, its light fading, its heat stolen. The moon, silver and serene, trembles as Hati's jaws seize it, its glow extinguished, its tide stilled. Imagine the sky, once bright, now a void, its stars swallowed by darkness, its silence a weight that presses against the soul. The earth trembles, its mountains crumbling, their stones falling like tears, their peaks lost in the gloom. The seas rise, their waves crashing like thunder, their foam white as bone, their power a tide that reshapes the world. The air is heavy, scented with salt and storm, the ground soft with the mud of a world unmade. Picture the great serpent Jormungandr, Thor's ancient foe, stirring in the depths, its coils thrashing, its scales glinting like frost, its eyes burning with malice. The serpent rises, its body vast, its length encircling the world, its venom poisoning the seas, its roar a storm that shakes the roots of Yggdrasil. Imagine the waters churning, their surfaces black, their currents wild, the serpent's movements a symphony of chaos that echoes through the worlds. The fire giant Surt rises from Muspelheim, his sword blazing, its flames a tide that consumes all in its path, its heat a fire that scorches the earth. Picture Surt, his form towering, his eyes glowing like embers, his armor molten, his steps a quake that splits the ground. The air crackles, the fires roar a chorus, the stars above hidden by the smoke of his advance. The final battle dawns on the plain of Vigrid, a vast field where the fates of gods and giants collide. Picture the plain, its grasses scorched, its air thick with the scent of smoke and steel, its horizon alive with the clash of divine forces. Heimdall, the watchman, stands on Asgard's walls, his eyes sharp, his senses attuned to the world's pulse. He raises Gjallarhorn, the horn of warning, its call a thunder that echoes through the worlds, its sound piercing the darkness, its rhythm a pulse that stirs the heart. Imagine the horn's cry, its notes rising, falling, weaving a melody that summons the gods to war. The Aesir march, their armor gleaming, their voices a roar that defies the end, their steps a drumbeat that shakes the earth. Odin leads, his spear Gungnir in hand, his eye fixed on the wolf Fenrir, whose jaws gape wide, its hunger a void that threatens to swallow the cosmos. Thor strides beside him, his hammer Mjolnir swinging, his eyes locked on Jormungandr, his ancient enmity a fire that burns unyielding. Freya's magic weaves through the air, her spells a dance of light and shadow, her will a flame that holds the darkness at bay. Picture the battle unfolding, the plain of Vigrid, a maelstrom of chaos and valor. Odin faces Fenrir, his spear flashing, its point sharp as fate, his wisdom a shield against the wolf's fury. Imagine the clash, the air crackling, the ground trembling, Odin's cloak billowing as he strikes, his ravens circling above, their cries a song of defiance. Yet Fenrir's jaws close, its teeth a trap that claims the All-Father, its hunger a shadow that extinguishes his light, his body falling to the earth, his spear silent. Thor battles Jormungandr, his hammer a thunderclap, it strikes a storm that shatters the serpent's scales, its power a tide that drives the beast back. Picture the serpent's coils, its venom spraying, its eyes burning as Thor's hammer falls, slaying the foe that haunted his dreams. Yet the serpent's poison seeps into Thor, its bite a fire that consumes him, his body crumpling to the earth, his hammer still, his breath fading. Freyr faces Surt, his sword lost in a forgotten bargain, his antler wielded in defiance, his heart fierce with the love of life. Imagine the fire giant, his sword blazing, its flames a tide that sweeps across the plain, its heat a forge that melts all in its path. Freyr fights, his antler flashing, his will unyielding, yet Surt's flames consume him, their fire a storm that leaves only ashes, his light extinguished in the inferno. Loki, freed from his bonds, joins the fray, his cunning a weapon, his laughter a challenge to the gods he once called kin. Picture Loki, his eyes glinting, his form shifting, his voice a taunt that weaves through the chaos. He faces Heimdall, their blades clashing, their fates entwined in a dance of mutual destruction. Imagine the duel, the air thick with the scent of steel and blood. There strikes a rhythm that echoes through the plain. There fall a silence that marks the end of their strife. The world burns, Surt's flames spreading, the earth splitting, the seas rising to swallow the land. Picture the fire, its roar a symphony, its heat a tide that consumes forests, mountains, halls. The seas surge, their waves crashing, their foam a shroud that buries the world, their depths a grave for the fallen. Yggdrasil trembles, its leaves falling, its branches straining, its roots quaking under the weight of destruction. Yet the tree stands, its bark scarred but unbroken, its strength a beacon in the darkness, its presence a promise that endures through the end. Imagine the tree, its canopy a shadow against the flames, its roots a web that binds the worlds, its heart a pulse that whispers of hope. Picture the aftermath, the worlds in ruin, the gods fallen, the plain of Vigrid a wasteland of ash and sorrow. The air is heavy, scented with the char of burned earth, the ground soft with the dust of what was. The stars above are hidden, the sky a shroud, the silence a weight that presses against the soul. Yet from the ashes a new world stirs, its seeds hidden in the heart of destruction, its life a spark that refuses to fade. The seas recede, their waters parting to reveal green lands, their grasses soft, their rivers clear, their banks alive with the hum of creation. Imagine the new world, its air fragrant with the scent of blooming flowers, its sky bright with the light of a reborn sun and moon, carried by the children of Sol and Mani, their radiance a promise of warmth and time. Picture the new world unfolding, its fields golden, its forests lush, its mountains rising in gentle slopes, their peaks kissed by dawn. The eagle soars above, its wings cutting through the air, its cry a song of renewal, its eyes bright with the wisdom of ages. The rivers flow, their waters shimmering, their currents a melody that sings of life. The trees sway, their leaves rustling, their branches a canopy that cradles the sky. Imagine the silence breaking, the air alive with the hum of bees, the chirp of birds, the rustle of leaves, each sound a thread in the tapestry of rebirth. The ground is soft, scented with earth and dew, the stars above a distant glow that celebrates the world's return. The survivors emerge from Yggdrasil's shade, their hearts fierce, their eyes bright with hope. Picture Vidar, Odin's son, who avenged his father by slaying Fenrir, his strength a pillar in the new world, his hands steady, his will unyielding. Vali, born to avenge Baldur, walks beside him, his heart fierce yet hopeful, his steps a promise of justice fulfilled. Magni and Modi, Thor's sons, carry Mjolnir, their father's hammer, its weight a legacy, its power a spark that lights the dawn. Baldur and Hod return from hell, their light restored, their brotherhood a spark that warms the new world, their smiles a melody that echoes through the fields. Imagine them standing together, their armor shed, their voices a chorus that sings of hope, their presence a bridge between the old and the new. Picture the survivors gathering by a river, its waters clear, its banks soft with grass, its flow a rhythm that soothes the soul. They speak of the past, their voices low, Their words a tapestry of memory and promise. The air is warm, scented with the freshness of morning. The fire's distant crackle a faint echo of the halls they once knew. The new world is alive, its fields fertile, its skies clear, its hope a flame that burns eternal. Imagine the scene, the survivors' eyes bright, their hands clasped, their hearts bound by the promise of renewal. The stars above shine, their light a memory of the gods' glory, their glow a guide to the heart of eternity. The Edda's pages turn, their runes glowing softly, the tale of Ragnarok unfolding like a river, its current gentle, its waters deep and calm. Picture the grove where you rest, the candles glow warm, the air fragrant with pine and moss. The book lies open, its runes shimmering, each word a thread in the saga of the gods. The battle's clamor is a distant hum, its fury a wave that rocks you gently, its chaos softened by the rhythm of the story. The new world's dawn is a light, its glow a comfort, its promise a whisper that blends with the night. The gods' fall is a shadow, its edges blurring, its weight lifting as you drift towards sleep. Let this scene settle over you, its images fading into a soft glow. It sounds a lullaby that cradles your mind. The world of Asgard is a memory, its halls a ruin, yet its legacy endures in the new world's dawn. Picture Yggdrasil, its branches, swaying, its leaves rustling, its roots binding the worlds, its heart a pulse that beats eternal. The plain of Vigrid fades, its ashes soft, its silence a testament to the gods' valor. The new world shines, its fields green, its skies clear, its hope a flame that burns unyielding. The air is warm, the fires crackle steady, the rhythm of the story a guide to the realms of sleep. Let us linger in the new world's dawn, where the survivors gather, their voices a chorus, their hearts bound by the promise of a new beginning. The Edda's words flow like a river, their cadence a lullaby, their images a tapestry of dreams. Picture the new world, its rivers shimmering, its fields golden, its air alive with the song of creation. The stars above shine, their light a memory of the gods' glory, their glow a guide to the heart of eternity. Sleep now, held by the ancient rhythms of the Norse world, where the twilight of the gods weaves a saga that guides you into the depths of dreams. Epilogue. The eternal cycle. The ancient Edda lies open before you, its pages bathed in the tender glow of a solitary candle. The runes carved upon them shimmer like stars, woven into the fabric of an eternal night. Picture yourself resting in a tranquil grove, the air cool and fragrant with the scent of damp moss, ancient pine, and the faint smoke of a distant fire, its soft crackle weaving a gentle rhythm that soothes your soul. The book's leather cover, worn smooth by the hands of countless scholds and seers, feels heavy with the weight of ages, its edges frayed, its surface alive with symbols that pulse with the heartbeat of the cosmos. Let your breath slow, your eyelids grow heavy, and your mind drift into the mists of a world reborn, where the echoes of Ragnarok fade, and the eternal cycle of creation and destruction turns beneath the watchful branches of Yggdrasil. As you sink deeper into rest, the Edda's words unfold like a river, their current soft and steady, carrying you into the heart of a saga where endings birth beginnings, and the universe breathes in harmony with the rhythms of fate. The world lies quiet now, its scars softened by the touch of time, its wounds healed by the gentle hand of renewal. Picture the new world, its fields stretching wide under a sky of endless blue, their grasses swaying in a breeze that carries the scent of blooming wildflowers and fresh earth. The rivers flow clear, their waters shimmering like silver, their ripples a melody that sings of life's return. The forests rise tall, their trees crowned with leaves that rustle in the wind, their branches a canopy that cradles the light of a reborn sun. Imagine standing in this world, the ground soft beneath your feet, the air warm with the promise of spring, the stars above a distant glow that whispers of the gods who once walked the earth. The fire's crackle is a steady rhythm, its warmth a comfort that wraps around you, its glow a beacon in the night. Yggdrasil, the world tree, stands eternal, its trunk vast as mountains, its branches stretching to touch the heavens, its roots weaving through the 9 worlds, binding them in a tapestry of existence. Picture the tree, its bark rough and ancient, etched with the scars of Ragnarok, each groove a memory of fire and flood, each knot a testament to its enduring strength. Its leaves shimmer with a faint green glow, their edges trembling in a breeze that carries the whispers of the Nornen, the weavers of fate. The air around Yggdrasil hums with a quiet energy, the scent of sap and rich earth filling your senses, the rustle of its foliage, a lullaby that sings of eternity. Imagine standing beneath its canopy, the world falling away, the tree's presence a gentle embrace that cradles you towards sleep, its vastness a shield against the chaos of the past. The survivors of Ragnarok, the gods who endured, walk this new world, their hearts fierce with hope, their eyes bright with the light of renewal. Picture Vidar, Odin's son, his form steady, his hands strong, his presence a pillar that anchors the dawn. He avenged his father by slaying the wolf Fenrir, and now he strides through the fields, his steps a promise of justice fulfilled, his gaze fixed on the horizon where the future unfolds. Vali, born to avenge Baldur, walks beside him, his heart fierce yet tender, his smile a spark that warms the air, his will a flame that burns for peace. Magni and Modi, Thor's sons, carry Mjolnir, their father's hammer, its weight a legacy, its surface gleaming with the light of storms, their hands steady as they forge a new path. Baldur and Hod, returned from hell, stand together, their light restored, their brotherhood a melody that echoes through the valleys, their laughter a chorus that celebrates the world's rebirth. Imagine these gods gathering by a river, its waters clear and cool, its banks soft with grass that sways in the breeze. They speak of the past, their voices low, their words a tapestry of memory and promise. Picture Baldur, his hair golden as the sun, his eyes bright as the morning sky, his smile, a beacon that lifts the soul. He speaks of Asgard's golden halls, their fires now ashes, their walls a memory, yet their spirit alive in the new world's dawn. Hod, his blindness no longer a burden, listens, his heart stirred by his brother's voice, his hands reaching to clasp Baldur's, their bond a light that shines through the ages. The air is warm, scented with the freshness of morning. The rivers murmur a rhythm that soothes the soul, the fire's distant crackle, a faint echo of the battles they survived. The new world is alive with the hum of creation, its fields fertile, its forests lush, its skies clear and boundless. Picture the eagle soaring above, its wings cutting through the air, its cry a song of renewal, its eyes bright with the wisdom of ages. The bees buzz among the flowers, their wings a gentle hum, their dance a spiral that weaves through the air, their labor a promise of abundance. The deer bound through the meadows, their antlers gleaming, their hooves light as whispers on the wind, their presence a reminder of the cycle that turns from death to life. Imagine the world breathing, its pulse steady, its rhythms a symphony that echoes through the cosmos, its beauty a gift that cradles the heart. The ground is soft, scented with dew and earth, the stars above a canopy that celebrates the dawn.